Alright, so I wanted to make a deck that revolved around using the spellbooks to, well, I wanted to make a spellbook beatdown deck, but making a pure spellbook beatdown deck didn't really work. So I just kind of built one around Injection Fairy Lily because I really like that card. And I went through a couple stages of it, and none of them really turned out all that well. So I wanted to make one that had like half Gemini, half spellbooks. But there's only 2 Gemini spellcaster types, so it didn't work out. And that was a complete failure. So when I based it more around Injection Fairy Lily, it actually works a lot better. And the deck basically just revolves around using Spellbook of Power, Magician Circle, and One-Shot Wand. I wonder if it'll let me look at it. Oh, you can look at your deck. Yeah, One-Shot Wand. Because what it does is you equip it to a spellcaster type monster, gains 800 attack. If the equipped monster attacks or is attacked, after damage calculation, you can destroy this card, and if you do, draw 1 card. So, the name itself is a really good indication of what it does. Oh, look, this one still has Spellbook Star Hall. I ended up taking this one out because it never really helped me win a game. Spellbook of Power is more than enough. Plus, Spellbook of Wisdom is really good for protecting your spellcasters. But One-Shot Wand, it's an 800 attack that you can basically use it for 1 turn, for 1 shot, and then destroy it and draw a card, which is pretty awesome actually, because it boosts their attack for like 1 turn and you get to draw a card out of it. So I almost always use this effect to draw a card. But the thing is, if your monster is actually stopped before they can actually go after damage calculation, then it doesn't work. But I never actually had that happen because there's so much protection with Trap Stun and what's the other one? I just saw it. Spellbook of Wisdom, I think that's what it's called. Yep, Spellbook of Wisdom and Trap Stun pretty much protect your spellcasters. as for the deck profile for this, it's still not really complete. I was just testing out cards. I was just seeing how Anarchist Monk and Maiden of Macroby would actually work out in a beatdown style deck, but I never actually used this card, and I never drew into Magical Explar, whatever her name is, once, so I never actually got to use her to summon anything. And I put it in one Tsukiyomi just in case, but I never really actually needed it. So there's Triple Crusader of Endemon. Even with all the Gemini support taken out, he's still pretty good on his own because he can still put his spell counter onto Breaker or the magical whatever her name is. And then I have double Koyoko, the Ghost Destroyer. It's because of this guy that I actually won one of my duels, because he happens to be a dark type monster, and I was able to attack over the Ally of Justice because of him. And then I have two of these guys just because I thought his effect might be nice, because if he's destroyed by your opponent, you can select one monster in your opponent's graveyard and remove from play, which is always pretty nice. This guy to possibly special summon out another spellcaster from the grave or hand or something. This one because every time you destroy a monster by battle, you place one spell counter on it. This card gains 200 attack for every spell counter on it. I thought that might be good at a beatdown, but I didn't actually ever draw into her, so that's still to be decided if she's good or not. Triple Breaker, one Tsukiyomi, triple Injection Fairy Lily. This is pretty much what the deck is all about. You can only use her effect 3 times at most during a duel, because you can't use that 4th time because you only have 8,000 life points. But even then, you should have won by then, because she hits for a ton once you use her effect 3 times. One Maxi, triple Effect Feeler. I love Effect Feeler over Breakthrough Skill and Fiendish Chain. Triple Spellbook of Power, and triple Secrets, and only double Wisdom. I kind of treat Wisdom like Lance, and that I only play 2, never 3, because 2 is good enough. And plus I can search it out with Spellbook of Secrets. And Power is all about beating down. I ended up taking out Spellbook Starhall because this card actually screwed me over more times than it actually helped. And it's not really needed since I'm only playing, 3 spellbooks. And the spellbooks are all about protecting my spellcasters and beating down, because Spellbook of Power allows you to attack and then go +1 if you destroy a monster, which is what you really need in a beatdown deck, because the main disadvantage to most beatdown decks is how they lose hand advantage very quickly, and if they don't win very quickly, they pretty much won't win at all. So with this one, with Spellbook of Power and one-shot wand, you have a little bit more survivability than normal beatdown decks. Plus, Injection Fairy Lily can beat over pretty much anything just on her own without any support. Double MST, one Seal. Never actually got to use this card, but it seems like it'd be nice because I don't ever use the extra deck in this deck. Double Magician Circle to bring out Injection Fairy Lily quicker. Double Mirror Force. This card saved my ass so many times. It's so good. I might start putting these in all my decks now. Maybe. I'm not sure yet. Double Trap Stun. Same thing with this. There was actually one play where my opponent had a Fiendish Chain on my Injection Fairy Lily, and they attacked my Fairy Lily, and I activated Trap Stun to negate the chain effect for 1 turn. That way I can activate her effect to destroy the card, and that was pretty cool. So Trap Stun, it has yet to be a dead draw for me in this deck, and I'm actually really liking it, because I used it a couple times to also stop a Bottomless Trap Hole. You can't use it to stop a Solemn Warning, but it does stop Bottomless Trap Hole and Torrentals and Mirror Forces, so Trap Stun is really nice. Plus, I do run other traps. I can't just run a Royal Decree, and I'm really loving Trap Stun right now. And Compulse because I just love this card. As for the extra deck, it's kind of just random. There's nothing really to it. One Ogre, Rock, Castle, Red Jewel Dragon, Stardust, Arcanite Magician, Ally of Justice, Armory Arm, number 104, Gem Knight, Black Ship, number 101, Downerd, Star Liege, what is his name? Pally Namo, Nomasworm Beelzebub, Gaga Cowboy, and Alchemic Magician. It's not optimized at all, because this deck, I made it with the intention of never actually using the extra deck, unless I absolutely needed to go for an Arc Honor Knight or a Noble Swarm. Those are the really 2 things I'm actually going to go for. Or I could possibly go for an Ally of Justice. Everything else I just kind of threw in.